about to go down.
It's lovely pass, and here he turns cleverly. Can he find a finish? Oh, he can!
Skilled by Joshua, and a return right hand. Good counter right. Bullen is hurt. Second right hand. That clipped him as well. Now he goes in for the kill.
Well, Ricciardo is inching into the lead, and Ricciardo that win the Italian Grand Prix!
Iguodala running the floor.
Still leading the way with Canada in there too with the Netherlands.
And Musa makes it 4 goals in 2 World Cup matches.
The Monaco Grand Prix! Ricciardo triumphant in Monza.
Through Bowden Barrett and an early touch and an excellent.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round. It's about to go down.
It's lovely pass, and here he turns cleverly. Can he find a finish? Oh, he can!
Skilled by Joshua, and a return right hand. Good counter right. Bullen is hurt. Second right hand. That clipped him as well. Now he goes in for the kill.
Well, Ricciardo is inching into the lead, and Ricciardo that win the Italian Grand Prix!
Iguodala running the floor.
Still leading the way with Canada in there too with the Netherlands.
And Musa makes it 4 goals in 2 World Cup matches.
The Monaco Grand Prix! Ricciardo triumphant in Monza.
Through Bowden Barrett and an early touch and an excellent.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
Hello, viewers. You're welcome once again to Sports Orbit, reaching you from Leadership TV. My name is Afa Acho. Salifu Usman is right here at me. Salifu, welcome to Sports Orbit once again.
Thank you, Alpha. It's a pleasure to be here.
All right, on today's episode of Sports Orbit, we continue with our coverage of the Commonwealth Games as we enter day 7 of the games currently going on in Birmingham. And we'll first start from a not too, shall I call it not too happy note, as Team Nigeria's duo of Onyenyechi, Giftmark, and Latifa Tijani have been disqualified from competing in the women's lightweight final at the 2022 Commonwealth Games. But currently, details and why they how they have been disqualified are not clear to us. But as we get to that report, we shall make sure that we give it to you. But Salifu, this was an area where we're hoping that, at least we're going to maybe get a medal or two from this one. And now we're hearing that these athletes have been disqualified.
Obviously, Alpha, I'm not too happy with this development. This is quite disheartening for Team Nigeria. When we're hoping that after the disappointing performance of our contingent in the athletic 100 meter yesterday night, we're hoping that we'll wake up this morning at least going to the power lifting where it lie our strength. Then we have a major strength, hoping that all the athletes go to get a medal. Now we have 2 medal prospects. Not just medal prospects, 2 good medal prospects.
First one, don't worry, just keep.
Have 2 good medal prospects being disqualified from the game, and like Latifa Tijani, if you remember, won a gold medal at the Paralympic game, and both of them are potential gold medal, and they have been disqualified from competing. This is quite unfortunate for Team Nigeria as well. We are waiting to hear what is the detail of why they have been disqualified, and then.
All right. Well, to some other cheering news where gold-winning Nigerian female weightlifters have gotten rewards. That's talking about Adijat Adenike Olarinoye and Rafiatu Falashade Lawal, 2 gold medalists, and who also broke the record in weightlifting at the Birmingham Games, just got rewarded with a 2002 Hydro Conquest Longines wristwatch special and limited edition set to be worth about £2,000. That's approximately about 1.6 million naira going by our current exchange rate, if you may put it that way. Salifu, well, at least that's something to cheer about for these athletes.
Yeah, I'm quite happy about the quantity. Yeah, if you remember vividly on Tuesday we reported when the Swiss-based wristwatch maker listed the record breakers at the game to be awarded. These two Nigerians' names were excluded, were conspicuously missing on the list, and we shouted, I said, why? How are you going to honor those who are making a world record, breaking a world record, going to celebrate them, and the two Nigerians who also created the record for it, even Lawal, in our own case, for instance, even break three record of the game and set another new record. And you are going to reward athletes who have performed exceptional at the game, creating a new record, and you exclude me. But I was hoping, is it because they are coming from Africa? Is it because they are Nigerian? But it's good that the Swiss-based the Swiss-based wrist maker have corrected that abnormality and rewarded those athletes. Congratulations to those athletes, and they actually deserve it.
All right, still on Commonwealth Games, where the duo of Temitope Simbiat and Esther Issa are through to the final of the women's high jump. So I think with this athletes being through to the final, at least we should start expecting that probably our medal haul might look like it might be increasing.
Yes, we hope so, and I hope that the final will be later decided later this evening.
Yeah.
We hope that it will not just like what happened. We'll have a high hope in the version of in the women 100 meter when Rosemary Shukuma and Grace Wokosha make it to the final. We have a high hope on them, because if you look at their timing in the semi-final race, we're hoping that they are going to make it the podium. But unfortunately, two of them failed to make it to the podium after the trio of Ushefe, but Godson Rumi and Rem Mokewo failed to make the men 100 meter final. But those all it means that in the 100 meter, both male and women, Team Nigeria failed to make a podium in the two categories. That means our chase for a first race bus in the 100 meter in the main particular continue. From the best of Kabari give us a 100 meter gold and a 200 meter gold at the Glasgow 2014, and now this year we are missing out both in the main 100 meters and even in the main 100. But the main 100 meter we have been chasing for that gold medal in the last 30 years. But now, unfortunately, our chase continue. But let's hope for the high jump who believe that this dude that have made it to the final will be able to put his smile in our face when the final is being decided.
I mean, completely agree with you. Chase for getting 100 meters gold has been long one in the main event. Been quite a long time coming, and I was expecting that in this Commonwealth, just like we were discussing shortly before we got on the show, we were hoping that this Commonwealth will be, one of our best so far. But going by how a couple of our athletes have been dropping and not, living up to expectations, do you still think this will be one of those Commonwealth Games to remember?
Yes, Alpha, I'm beginning to think somehow have some thinking the way my spirit, my morale at the start of the game has begun to drop. Was from the start of the game. If you're looking at the game preview and our strengths going into the game, you have a high hope that Team Nigeria at least we should be able to craft not less than 10 gold medal.
Yeah.
For instance, in a table tennis event, we're hoping that our country, being one of the high profile in the game of tennis in the world, not just in the Commonwealth, in the world, ranking number 12 in the world, coming to the Commonwealth game level, we're hoping that he's going to give us a gold medal or even a silver medal. But unfortunately, in that category, he and Motosi and all of them lost out. They didn't get to the final. That means that hope has been crushed there. Okay, in the 100-meter event, like we just talking, Grace Nwokusha, Rosemary Shukuma we're hoping. Even the Favour Ashi, we're also hoping that they're going to give us a good, at least a medal, even not making the goal, at least making a medal. Yeah. But now, none of them in the 100-meter completely we have lose out now. Even in the boxing, nothing up to now, nothing spectacular has been happening in the boxing. Although the good news is that we just have Ifeanyi Onyehire, who has qualified, who defeated Canadian defeated our counterpart opponent from the Canada, has qualified from the quarterfinal. So we hope that in the boxing event, the boxing heavyweight event, hoping that you'll be able to make a progress and get to the final. But what is needed, but we are not getting a very pleasant result from the boxing, from the table tennis. Now, where we have excelled so far is the weightlifting. We went to the Commonwealth Games with 9 weightlifting, and out of these 9, 6 of them have given us gold medal. If you have to read that, that is almost 80% perfect record in that category. Because almost half, six of the athletes, out of 9, 6 of the athletes give us a medal. That is a good one. But in other field, another area we're hoping that we're going to have a harvest of medal is the powerlifting that just started today. And now, here we have a 2 gold medal prospect being disqualified.
I mean, completely, that's not some sharing news to behold. Well, let's still see. The games is still a couple of days away, and let's see what Team Nigeria will be able to do if, we can still increase our medal haul at the end of the competition. Anyway, at this point, we'll go on a quick break, and when we come back, Sport Orbit continues. Stay with us.
For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
All right, welcome back from that short break. At the beginning of this program, we told you about the disqualification of powerlifters. Well, for now, we have a bit of an update which says that Team Nigeria powerlifters did not arrive late for the event at the Commonwealth Games based on speculations in the media. There was no query about the kit as they were approved at the technical meeting held on the 1st of August 2022. The decision to disqualify Latifa Tijani and Mark Onyinye Gift has been appealed by Nigeria to the International Paralympic Committee. So for now, that's what we have. That's the update we have. So Salifu, quickly, can you quickly react to this?
But sometimes when things happen, I urge our colleagues in the media to just exercise patience and try to get to the root of what really happened. Get your fact correct before you went to the press, before you begin to speculate. Okay, this thing just happened. Two of our athletes, I think, as a Nigerian, so you don't get a bit worried that your athlete and your medal prospect who are supposed to have medal getting disqualified. Sometimes we always emphasize more, try to criticize people. Yes, it is good to criticize, but before you criticize, try to get all the side of the story correct before you went to it. Find what really went wrong. When you are beginning to speculate that the team arrived late, are you there on the team? Okay, now according to the information from the official camp of the team Nigeria, saying that the athlete didn't arrive late, and it's not the question of the qualification. It's not a question of the kit they wear, but the kit the way were approved because before any game there was always a technical pre-game meeting, and the kit were approved. All those things will be subjected in the pre-game meeting, and all those were approved before the game. So we are yet to get really what really caused the disqualification. But the good thing is that the Nigerian Olympic Committee, the Team Nigeria officials has appealed to the International Olympic Paralympic Committee for disqualification. Let's wait before the days runs out. We'll finally get full grasp of what really happened and what transpired.
Right away from that now to still some Commonwealth where Jamaican sprint star that's talking about Elaine Thompson Hera. Remember her? She was also at the World Athletic Championship, but failed to win any gold medal there. But this time around, uh, she sprinted to won the 100-meter victory at Commonwealth Games on Wednesday, and also Katrina Johnson Thompson of England also ended her heptathlon drought. For Thompson Hera, she finished third below fellow Jamaican sprint stars Shirley Ann Fraser Price and Sherika Jackson at last month's World Championship at Eugene, Oregon, USA. It was a disappointing performance for the 30-year-old who topped the podium at last year's Tokyo Olympics in both the 100 meters and 200 meters, retaining a title she had won in Rio. According to her, after winning, she said, feeling good. I didn't have the best execution, but nevertheless, I had to dig deep for that one, but I'm grateful to win my first Commonwealth Games. I started in 2014 in the 4x100 meters, then in 2018 in the 200 meters. I came fourth, and now I upgraded to a gold. So that's that for Thompson Hera. I mean, she was just at the just concluded World Athletic Championship also.
Yes, congratulations to her, and it's always expected that the Jamaicans are always up there.
Yeah.
But even me, I'm quite disappointed that even the Jamaicans up now, this is their first gold medal that won
Exactly.
the championship.
Yeah.
So the pop performance is not only limited to Nigeria. That the Jamaica, that's why they're high profile in the game of athletics. They are just winning. This is their first gold medal at the game.
Yeah.
So, but good news and congratulations to her, and she beat her own. Mokoshas and Shukuma.
Yeah.
Her victories at the detriment of her own Mokosha and Shukuma.
Exactly. Right, that is that for Jamaica. Then for Kenya also, Ferdinand Omanyala became the first Kenyan to win the Commonwealth Games men's 100 meters title in 10.02 seconds. Omanyala never looked in trouble and did not stop to hug any of his rivals with his momentum. And Joe, he said, I'm over the moon. I thrive on the hype of this sort of event. He said, victory also indicated his decision to switch from rugby to the track. Well, this was a former rugby player who, made that transition from rugby to, athletics. And here he is finally, winning a gold medal.
Yeah, and he's even the fattest African man. I'm not surprised by his victory. And
exactly, yeah.
His victory, because
and sorry, not Scott. You remember that even leading to the Commonwealth, he was at risk of not being able to attend because of visa issues. Even the World Championship, actually, yes, at the risk of not attending over visa issues. Yeah.
And here is in that disappointment that they have turned into a smile in our face. In his face. So that is good for congratulations. But one thing that struck me about his victory is that short distance race. I know Kenyans are not known for a short distance race. Now they are beginning to make inward into a short distance race. This is when Nigeria always have its strength. Now the Kenyans are, after dominating the long distance we are along with Ethiopia. Now they are now coming into a short distance. So we have to be very careful and we have to work hard. If not, the Kenyans and Ethiopians will take control of the athletic. The countries that are not known for a short distance race now are not making inward. Why we who despite all the Fulani we have in this country who are good for trekking from one lane to another, we often now we can never, despite all the high altitudes we have within the country, we cannot make any discovery into a long distance race. And then the Kenyans who are known for long distance race are not making inward for where we used to be.
Exactly. Completely. Of course, like we told you earlier, the duo of Nzubechi, Grace Nwokocha, and Rosemary Chukuma failed in the 100 meters. Also, Team Nigeria's trio of Godsin, Ogene Brume, Favor Ashi, and Raymond Ekwebo also failed to make the final after finishing 9th, 3rd, and 7th respectively in their heat. Like you said clearly, for me, especially in the athletes, I had high hopes actually, but the way all these athletes have just been, falling by the wayside, it's really, really disappointing.
It's quite disappointing. Now, as the athletic events continue, so our only hope now lies on Toby Amusa.
Yeah.
to do a Musa in a 100-meter hunt, and then the long jump in the person of Ese Brumi. Then even in the 200-meter, we still have a Philly, so maybe he'll be good to do a magic for that. And then for women 4x4 women relay, that is where we have hope that maybe we can be able to make an amend to what we lost in the 100-meter.
But my worry is for Toby and Esidao, with the way things
are going.
Pressure there'll be too much of pressure, and now everybody is now looking up to
them. Yes,
to them. You know, so and now they'll be performing. You go for the World Athletic Championship. Don't forget that too much of pressure was not too much. So
there was no more expectation on them. Now the whole world eyes on them.
Exactly. I mean, for Toby, a record, a world champion coming to this race. So apart from Team Nigeria itself, even the rest of the world, but now the way her teammates have going, the pressure now will be much, not just from the team, but even from officials and a lot of Nigerians.
And Nigeria, you have to be pray for
exactly.
That's why you should be because distractions everywhere we hear. Even I'm not at the game at the moment. We're not at the game, but we know we are covered several high magnitude of gamers. We know what normally happens at the game camp, at the game village. Apart from the Nigerian journalists, even world journalists, world media are always we want to talk to her because she's a set up attraction, and all those things create noise and create distraction to her. You need to concentrate, but because of who he has been going to a world record, a celebrity, a world celebrity. So everybody wants to identify with her. Because just like I said, Victory has many friends and brothers and sisters and so all the medias, there's this more media focus on her than what it used to be at the World Championship. So people know the psychology. I don't know whether there's a psychology in the team Nigeria camp. They need to work on her seriously. If not, we may miss her getting a medal for us again.
Yeah, completely. I mean, anyway, away from that now to some footballers talking about the ITO Cup where holders Bayelsa United, Rangers, Eyimba, and Remo Stars. I mean, these are all MPFL teams have all been, shown the door from the competition. Of course, two-time CAF Champions League winners Eyimba FC of Oba, CAF Confederation Cup aspirants Remo Stars were also victims of a good number of 16 matches on Wednesday that threw up interesting results. Bayelsa United and Green Berets ended it 0-0, while Green Berets went on to win 5-4 on penalties. For Enugu Rangers, it was they played against Heartland FC at the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium, but went ahead where they were defeated 8-7 on penalties. For Eyimba Niger Tornadoes, also it was penalties also 6-5, and that's how the story. So I mean, a lot of surprises in the ITO, but not expected. A lot of time, these cup competitions come with these kind of surprises where you see teams from the lower rungs who come out to upset.
English in
FA. Of course, definitely. You see lower teams come out to.
That is the magic of the FA Cup. ITO Cup used to be a FA Cup, and it's always a tradition that even the minor teams, even the lower, even a fourth-tier division, if you play in the fourth tier of the league, can just come and simply beat the Premier League club, and that is what we begin to see. But good that all the big teams, Bayelsa United, Enugu Rangers, Enyimba have also shown a good club. But we still have the like of Canopy, maybe Canopy Latras, Jafra United 5-0 to progress to the next round, to the round of 16. Maybe Jafra Canopy, what they miss in the Premier League, maybe they want to regain, gain it. But you can't compare what you are going to. You can't compare your ITO Cup to Premier League status.
But of course, if the winner of the ITO Cup still gets to get a continental spot,
exactly, you are very correct. So maybe what they miss in the Premier League, they want to gain in the ITO Cup. So congratulations to Canopy Pillars and all the rest. So for Enugu Rangers, it was even expected. Even the coach expressed that fear. That
exactly, because remember last week when he spoke,
that going to play against Heartland is going to be very dicey one because the two clubs understand their tradition, understand each other's, and as it happened, the Heartland, despite being knocked down, pushed down into the relegation into the NNL, get relegated from the Premier League. Now they have paid Rangers back.
Yeah, completely. I mean, like you said, I mean, you couldn't have said it any better. Well, for the ITO Cup, anyway, for the round of
16.
16 fixtures for men. It will be Green Beret versus Niger Tornadoes, Lobby Stars versus Accra City or Niger Tornadoes if one of those make it through. Heartland versus Dakar FC, Sunshine Stars versus Katsina United. That should be an MPFL, matchup. Aqua United versus
MPFL, because remember Katsina United is
sorry. I forgot that Katsina United actually dropped that. Then Aqua United versus Kogi United. I haven't heard of Kogi United in a long time, but this is what these kind of competitions do.
Yes.
Yeah, DMD FC versus Kano Pillars. That should be an easy one for Kano Pillars. Then, of course,
well, you say easy one, but this is a FA Cup. Remember, a traditional Cup.
Actually,
if you're directed anywhere, it does at your own peril.
Then, talking about El Kanemi Warriors, who used to be one of the traditional heavyweights in the Premier League, but for some years now they have struggled to get back and
maybe the issue just don't have heavy.
Maybe they'll be
remember
up
there
against.
was a time they were even banned from play at home, and they have to use canopy play in the canopy for a very long time.
Then of course Bendel Insurance, just newly back to the Premier League, will be up against fellow Premier League side and Nasarawa United in that one.
Yeah, this round of 16 is going to be an interesting one for Green Beret, Niger Tornadoes. Ordinarily, you say that Niger Tornadoes will take that side, but that's going to be it's Niger Delta. So the two clubs whoever win, but at least if on the paper you want to put your money on the Niger Tornado, Canopy Lobby Star against either Akure or
either Akure City or Niger Tornadoes. Lobby Stars versus either Accra City or Niger Tornadoes.
Well, and then Heartland Dakar FC. Heartland Dakar FC, that is another, that's the one. Both of them were relegated into the relegation affair. So the two of them will need to entertain each other. I hope that any of them progress to the round of the quarterfinal. Then Kogi United, well, maybe I hope maybe Kogi United. Kogi United is one of the on the Shifa club in the country for a very long time. Kogi United have been with has been played at a lower level where we expected them to come up. I don't even know whether lack of management. I don't know what is happening at Kogi United. Kogi United have not been too impressive to even show that something is going to happen in the terms of football in Kogi State. But good that seeing them in the round of 16. In FA Cup, that is a show that maybe something has begun to happen. But if they hope that they can make to the quarterfinal at the expense of Aqua United, that's another different ball game. Remember, Aqua United is a traditional Premier League club and a very low Premier League club, a former champion of a Premier League club. So, Kogi United will play against Aqua United as an underdog. And then for Kano Pillars, just like you said, Kano Pillars, you definitely put your money on the Kano Pillars to progress. If you look at all the round of 16 club, you definitely want to see that the Kano Pillars, Nasarawa United have an edge, and probably Lobby Star and probably Lobby Star have an edge to win the FA Cup, the Teal Cup this season.
They do actually. Anyway, with that, that's where we draw the curtain on today's episode of Sports Orbit. But we're back tomorrow with another bigger, better edition of the program. Don't forget, finally, the Premier League begins tomorrow once again. Of course, Arsenal will be in action tomorrow. They'll actually play the first match, which comes up tomorrow at, I think, 8 p.m. Tomorrow we'll give you a complete preview of the Premier League matches as they go down tomorrow and in the course of the weekend. And, of course, the Commonwealth is still very much around. Alive will give you updates of all that will go down today in the Commonwealth.
Thank you.
All right, Salifu, thank you for being in the studio once again. All right, until we come your way tomorrow again, stay safe out there. My name is Afa Acho, and it's goodbye from here.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.